Hey guys, Taria from urbansketchingworld.com here for day 5 of the 7-day Urban Sketching at Home challenge. So I hope you guys have checked out the other 4 videos before this, and it'd be really cool if you guys have done some of the sketches. I hope you're tagging me over on Instagram if that's where you hang out. It would be super cool to see. So today is Sketch a Room in Your House Day. So I had to kind of think about which room to sketch. I've already done the living room and the bedroom before in other projects, so I wanted to do something a bit different. So I thought this room where I usually sketch and stuff would be cool, but I kind of wanted to make sure there was like a foreground element as well as like a midground and stuff. So as you can see, I've got my usual garden chair out so I can film, and I've put that air conditioning unit, it's usually off to the corner, but I've put that in the foreground, and that along with the chair and the table and the cupboards in the corner I feel like is going to give it enough to like draw something that's not totally flat. So yeah, this definitely is out of my comfort zone, drawing like a room like this. I am just focusing in on the corner like I just showed you there. And also I am sort of kind of editing a few bits out as well. So I think if you're drawing a room, especially at this size, it can get quite overwhelming quite quickly with all the details and stuff like that. So I kind of decided to, as I was drawing, I was kind of editing in my mind what was going to look too busy and what was going to kind of look all right. So that's where sort of sketching in pencil definitely comes into play in this kind of sketch, just to get at least the placement of all the items that you're going to include in the sketch. I think I've mentioned this before in the other videos, but I've been watching a lot of Stephen Reddy's course on sketching interiors over on Craftsy. I just absolutely love Stephen Reddy. Stephen Reddy's work is just so cool. He just packs in loads of detail. Do go and check out his stuff if you haven't done so already. I'll put a link to him in the description below. So I was trying to keep in mind like some of the things that he teaches in that Craftsy course, by having like foreground elements and whatnot, and also drawing, when I moved to pen, drawing things in the foreground first so that then I don't accidentally overlap lines as I'm going through and sort of drawing things. This does go wrong, this will go wrong at some point. You'll forget to like draw in a bit and then have to draw over the top of it kind of thing, but that's fine. And also, even though he draws in quite a lot of details in his like cafe sketches, or if he sketches a workshop or something, he doesn't draw absolutely everything. He does kind of reserve the right to edit out a few bits. So, so don't feel like you have to draw every single item that's in the room. Like in this room, I've kind of claimed it as my own. I've just got stuff everywhere, like loads of art stuff. So yeah, and also I'm bringing the ceiling fan down a little bit so that I can fit it into my sketch, because I thought it gave it a bit of interest to the ceiling. So I'm kind of compacting things a little bit, and just sort of shifting things around as I kind of need. But yeah, as you can see from this sketch, I've got the cupboards there in the corner. I've missed out the tripod very deliberately. I thought I was going to draw it in, but then I thought it would get too messy. There's the fan up there, and for some reason I forgot the chair, but I've drawn that over the top of the table. Again, drawing a pencil, so it's not so bad. So yeah, I'm just going to go in now with my fountain pen. This is the Twasabi Eco fountain pen, which I absolutely love drawing with. It's got the extra fine nib. Huge fan of this pen. And it holds loads and loads of ink as well, because the whole body of it is like a plunger, like a refillable, there's a word for it, it's escaping my mind right now, but it's like the whole body of the pen stores the ink, so you can just dip it in an ink bottle and then screw it, and the plunger will come up and fill the entire body of the pen with ink. So that's super cool, especially if you use that all the time. So you can see I've added the stereo in on the side there, and I was a bit concerned that it didn't look too much like a stereo, but I think once I added the aerial and stuff, and it kind of I know what it is at least. And I was quite happy with this office chair actually. I thought I got that like quite nicely in my sketch. Eventually sorted out the perspective of that table because I don't know if you saw when I was drawing it in pencil, it was just looking awful. But I managed to kind of get the right perspective-ish on that, so it looks okay. Um, Now I'm looking at the sketch, I feel like I didn't really quite get the perspective of the cupboards and everything right. And that's what makes these sketches so hard. It's just, tricky perspectives all over the place. And again, I wanted to take a leaf out of Stephen Reddy's book where he's like, perspective? Yeah, whatever, Which I like that. I like that attitude. That's good. So yeah, I was trying my best to get like the best kind of look of the cupboards that I could, but I wasn't like, I wasn't like being 100% accurate with it. So at the time I was like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. But then I'm sort of looking at the finished sketch and I'm like, oh no, those cupboards are definitely slanting down too much to the corner. I think there should have been a bit more flatter, the tops of those cupboards. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's quite a fun, whimsical sketch. Anyway, and that's again, Stephen Reddy would say as well. It's not meant to be like realistic. It's just my impression of the room, and it looks quite fun and bubbly and almost cartoony. It's just fun to look at. So yeah, that watching his courses have definitely sort of given me a bit more confidence to kind of just go for it in this kind of thing. So I'm really excited to see what you guys do. I hope you do have a go at this. And yeah, hopefully most of you on Instagram, so you can tag Urban Sketching World over there so I can have a look. It'd be really cool. So yeah, I decided to use my tone sketchbook for this because looking at the room and the real colours of it, it just looked so brown, like the carpet, and the walls are kind of a yellowy beigey kind of colour, standard neutral house palette. Yeah, I thought, well, seeing as the room is predominantly brown, I might as well sketch this on brown paper. And also, I'm trying to use my tone sketchbook and get to grips with it as well. So I thought I'd switch back to this one for this challenge and see how that goes. So I'm just kind of drawing in the windows as best I can. Again, just trying to do the best job I can on the perspective, and also I'm just drawing the blinds on the top. Sorry I go a bit out of shot here, but it does come back in a minute. Also, you'll notice I've got this bit of scrap paper over the top. It's just so, the oils and the sweat of my hand or anything doesn't get on the page of the paper. It's quite a warm day today, so yeah, it's just to kind of protect the page underneath. So yeah, it's just a bit of scrap paper to lean on, that's all. And I'm just leaning on my leg, as you can see, and I've just got the camera aimed down, so not the fanciest of filming setups, but this is proper urban sketching at home, so just making do, really. So yeah, I was quite happy with this ink sketch actually. I thought, again, I've sort of captured the elements of the room that I wanted to. I think that air conditioning unit, I mean, I know what it is. Probably if people looked at the sketch, they'd be like, what the hell's that? But that doesn't matter. I think there really needed to be something in the foreground just to kind of anchor the picture a bit, Otherwise it just would have been like a bit too flat, or that bit would have been empty. I don't know, I think it would have looked weird. So now I'm gonna go in with the Posca marker that I've got, the white one, and just colour in the panes of glass white, just because mainly outside there's like so much light coming in. So and again, I didn't want to over muddy or busy up the sketch with trying to draw some stuff that's out there. I just wanted to keep it simple. I think if I had a bigger sketchbook page, not making excuses, but I think if I had a bigger book, a bigger sketchbook, I might, I would have tried to get a bit more detail in. Actually, if you guys have checked it out, or if you go and watch my video of sketching the living room, I did that on an A4 page, so that's literally double the size of what I'm using here. And I did basically get like most of the whole kind of room in. I did that sketch ages ago. You'll see the age of the video. And I was quite happy how that came out. I didn't really overthink it or anything. It just kind of came out quite well, like naturally. And sometimes that happens, you know. So this bit here, I'm adding shadows from the window. I really wish I hadn't done this because it just didn't work. This did not work at all. I should have done it in watercolor. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's the one part of this sketch I really don't like. But yeah, I don't know what compelled me to draw the shadows in with my marker like that, but it didn't really work out so well. So anyway, yeah, from here on in it went a bit downhill for a while, but you know, I didn't really know what I was doing, obviously. So I was just kind of trying to capture things as I could. But it's cool though. I enjoyed doing this sketch. I could see it was like looking quite fun, you know, and I really want to do more of these. I think it's a really cool way to remember the house as well. And then at the end of this year, hopefully we're actually buying this house so we can basically do what we want to it. And kind of, I want to paint the walls more interesting colour than just like eggshell beige or whatever, you know. So, and this is going to be my actual studio, so I'm like super excited. So it will be nice because I've got this sketch, this little record of how it was, and then, you know, when I change it all, then I can sketch it again, and I'll have another record of how it is. So, yeah, I think it's really fun to do these sketches at home, and I just think it's like a great way to fill up a sketchbook as well, and have these memories of like 2020 or whatever year you're watching this, 2021. You know, of how life was, how your house was, and that kind of stuff. And imagine looking back at that in like 5 years' time. It would just be super fun. So yeah, I am tempted to go around and do this a bit more around the house, but yeah, it can be a bit tricky just sort of making sure you've, as I said before, just having those kind of a foreground and a midground and a background, and making sure things are like looking interesting and that kind of thing. I'm looking at the room I'm in at the moment, and it's like there's loads of cluttered, interesting corners, but trying to draw the room as a whole, it's just like, it's just everything's kind of against the wall everywhere, you know, so maybe it does require like a bit of, you know, moving stuff around and just making a bit more of an interesting composition, especially if you've got a small page to work in like this. But also, you know, hopefully doing more of these will give me a bit more confidence, and you guys, if you want to do this, to, you know, go to a cafe like Stephen Reddy does in his video for his craftsy course, and actually draw like the interior of a cafe and stuff. You know, that's kind of where I'm building to with this kind of exercise. Is I'd love to be able to go and just sit at a coffee shop and drink some coffee and just sketch the place, you know. So I mean, I could do that now, but like you know, I want to get better first, if you know what I mean. I want to try and improve my skills, and that's a lot of what this challenge is. It's you know, to inspire you to sketch at home, and there's loads of stuff you can sketch. There's like limitless stuff you can sketch, and limitless stories you can tell about just all the small things, you know. It really ties into kind of, you know, being more mindful and, you know, paying attention to the moment and paying attention to the small details and the little things around your house. But it also, doing this kind of thing makes you feel so much more confident because, you know, you do it and you're like, oh, I can do this. Okay, yeah, now I know. Or now I know what I did wrong in this sketch or what I didn't like about my own sketch. And, you know, kind of, right, next time I do this kind of sketch, I'm not going to paint or colour in this weird shadow on the wall that doesn't make any sense, and I'm not going to, you know, do this, and maybe I won't use completely realistic colours because everything's brown, or, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's everything that this challenge is to do with, is A, to inspire you to sketch around your home, and B, to just practice, 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 and get more confident at sketching things from life. So I'm just going around with my white gel pen now, just trying to capture any smaller details maybe that I didn't get with the Posca, a few reflections here and there. You know, sometimes it's like hard to know when you put something down whether it's going to translate as like a reflection off the surface. You know, I'm putting the reflections of the window on the desk there, and I'm like, is that going to look okay? But I just don't know until I do it, you know. And again, that's part of the practice thing. So not knowing how things are going to work out. But yeah, I mean, you know, is this my best sketch in the world? No. Did I have loads of fun doing it? Yes. And will I enjoy looking back at this, you know, you know, in the future? Definitely, definitely. So I definitely captured the room, and I spend a lot of time in this room, you know, making art and making YouTube videos and that kind of thing. So it's like an important part of my own personal history, you know. This is where my YouTube channel started, you know. So I want to remember it. That's cool. So yeah, I really hope that you have a go at this. Don't forget to add the date, remember. And yeah, let me know if you do. As always, guys, just want to remind you that I do run a website called urbansketchingworld.com, which has over 65 articles all about urban sketching, about books, about using different supplies, exercises and techniques to try out, all those kinds of things. So not only do you have the videos here on YouTube, but also my articles over there on the website, and it's all just me trying things out, coming up with ideas and just sharing that with you, and just trying to help encourage you to carry on with your urban sketching journey, really. And then lastly, I just want to mention very quickly that I also do have a book available. It is an ebook. It's a 60-page PDF with over 130 of my ink and watercolour illustrations from the last 3 years of my travels. I've been to some amazing countries like Iran and Ethiopia and Somalia, as well as you know, my home country, the UK, my new home, South Africa, and loads of other places. So do check it out. If you do like my illustration style, I think you'll love this book. And I've got loads of notes in there as well about what you're looking at and little stories and that kind of thing. Mainly pictures though, not too many words. And then 20% of the cost of the book, the price that you pay, I am donating to a charity, a non-profit organisation called Cool Earth, and they are concerned with climate change and working with communities, rainforest communities, to try and improve the situation around deforestation. So really, really cool charity. They're also the chosen charity by the Mongol Rally, which hopefully I will be participating in this year as well. So yeah, so a whole 20% of that book sale will go to Cool Earth. So yeah, something to think about. So yeah, the link to the book is in the description below. But I hope you've really enjoyed Day 5's challenge, guys, and I will see you in the next one.